Hi everyone, it's Shannon. I'm coming to you right now looking like poo because I don't have any makeup on because I'm going to show you today my foundation regimen, the way I put on my foundation and concealer and powders and that sort of thing. So the first thing I want to tell you though is I'm actually going to be doing a deadpan review soon because the foundation that I actually use all the time and the one that I've used in my previous videos, I've finished. So I'm going back to an older foundation that I used to wear before I started with this one. So watch for that review, and I'll talk a little bit about my preferences on the foundation. So what I'm going to be using for today is Avon's Perfect Wear All Day Comfort Foundation with SPF 10. And this one is in Classic Ivory. Okay, and I put my foundation on typically with just a round sponge when it's liquid. I don't particularly care for using foundation brushes and stippling brushes just because I feel like the foundation goes on pretty streaky. So I just use a round sponge, and I feel that it's just easier to spread that way. I usually just start with my forehead and make sure you get into the hairline really well. Hopefully I don't cover up my face so you can see what I'm doing. And I do my cheeks and across my nose. You guys may notice I'm peeling a little bit today. I've talked about this before, but I do suffer from psoriasis, and I react to some foods and it causes me to itch and peel. My skin will peel in places because I produce skin too quickly. So you can watch a video where I talked about that before, but anyway, I had pizza for dinner last night, and so I'm paying for it today a little bit. So I apologize if I'm picking at that a little bit today. Make sure you blend really well along the hairline and under the chin. Now this color is, right now it's a little bit pale for me. I usually use this in the winter months, you know, like February, when you really haven't seen a whole lot of sun for a very long amount of time. So it's a little bit fair for me now, but it's okay. I'll be using bronzer and it'll cover that up anyway. Blend really, really well around your nose. There's nothing worse than when people have that ring around their nostrils and along the sides of their nose. Okay. Next, I'm going to use one of these green concealers. This is Gentle Cover Cream Concealer in Cover Green. This is a Physicians Formula. I don't really love this, but I have a tiny spot here on my head where it's, you probably can't see it. Well, there you can see it a little bit. Where I have one of those little capillaries or blood vessels that grows to the surface, and it's just kind of like a little red, almost looks like a little red mole. They're genetic. I was doomed with it. So I like to use that to try to even that color out a little bit. I'm going to come in with concealer. This is Maybelline New York Dream Mousse Concealer in Fair Light. It says 0 to 1. I think I'm going to do a review on this. I just started using this. I don't love it. I'll save the information for the review, but it goes on really, really nicely, but just a few minutes later it starts to look cakey. So I have some dark spots. I have a lot of sun damage. I spent a lot of time in the sun when I was young, so I use this to block out, you can see them a little bit there, some of these dark spots. I just touch it up a little bit. I'm not even going to do it perfect here because I don't do it perfect for every day anyway. I spend more time if I'm going out or something, but this is just so you guys can get the general idea, and I don't have a whole lot of time for it anyhow. I also use this under my eyes for dark circles, because I do get dark circles really bad, especially when I'm tired. And I use concealer on my eyelids also. I don't use a primer. I use a concealer instead of an eye primer. And I've been doing that since the 80s. And I started doing that because eyeshadows would crease, even all the way back then. And I found this was a really good way to make them not do that. So I still do that, and I don't waste any money on eye primers. I think maybe if you have super duper oily lids, maybe an eye primer would be good for you, but I just don't really need it. I don't have a problem with creasing when I do this. If this concealer were a little bit nicer, if it didn't cake so much, I would also do it in a little bit of a V on my cheeks and around my nose. You know, I would do some of this part here and maybe around my nose, but this cakes so badly, or it looks cakey so quickly, that I don't use it for that. Okay, next is my bronzer. This is Avon Incredible Finish Loose Bronzing Powder in Suntan. And, oh, by the way, that was a concealer brush from Essence of Beauty that I used, which works just fine. I have a few. This I tap upside down so I get product in from the shaker on the top. This brush, this is an Essence of Beauty powder brush. This brush is a total fail. I don't like it at all. It sheds really, really bad, and I can spend 20 minutes just getting brush hairs off me after I use it, but I still use it. And I put it to contour on the cheeks, and then I do the kind of number 3 thing, and I use it on my chin, underneath my chin, just to help darken up the areas where I'm old. And I tend to swell in my chin. That's another side effect of my psoriasis, and so it gives me kind of a moon face. So sometimes I have a face that looks really, really round and fat, and sometimes it's nice and thin, depending on if I'm reacting to something. Okay, so harden all the brush hairs, but they're going to be all over me for a while. This is the only brush, the Essence of Beauty brush, that I don't like. Maybe I just got a bad one. Then I just use a regular powder. This is a Mary Kay Powder Perfect Loose Powder. I don't know what color, it's not on there, but I do the same thing. Turn it upside down, tap it. And I use a Maybelline all over face brush, powder brush. Tap off the excess. There's quite a bit in the lid because I really didn't need to tap it today, but I wanted to just to show you guys. And this I just use all over just to set everything. Okay. So anyway, that was a really fast version, and normally I would do a lot more, but I'm pretty much out of time. So I would follow with a blush and a lip gloss and brow powder, and then I would do my eyes, and that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Please rate 5 stars, please subscribe, please leave comments. I love to hear from you guys, and if you have any questions about any of the products, I would be happy to help you with that. And I think I'm going to do my everyday eye makeup tutorial next, so watch for that. Have a good day, guys. Bye.